All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Hi.
We're glad, Russ. Aren't we glad?
Yeah.
We're glad. Lord. Hallelujah. Stand this evening, if you would, just for a moment. And I'm going to ask Brother Roger if you would open our evening in prayer, please. We would appreciate that. Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for your grace, your mercy, your long-suffering, your gentleness. Lord, we ask your blessing upon our gathering here. We thank you, Lord, you said if two or more gather.
Yes.
We receive your presence.
Oh, thank you.
And we give you praise for Lord, you alone are worthy. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. You're welcome to be seated. We are glad you're here tonight for Max Life. Max Life is kind of a different. I don't know. I'm sure other people have something similar, but I feel like that this is something that the Lord instructed us to do, and it's just very, very practical teaching on a huge variety of different subjects. We've had, we've had finance. Somebody help me out. We've had massage. We had a massage therapist here. Yes. Yes, and we're gonna have many more topics. Yes, so it's fun, and it's just practical. It's laid back, and so I'm glad that you are here tonight. And if we can just remain silent, please, and give Pastor John and Teka your full attention. Tonight they're going to do teaching on, I think, just well-being. I think I'm not sure. Maybe hygiene. This is their hygiene bag here. So let's just give them our full attention. Try and hold your questions until last. What we do is we give them 40 minutes or so to just instruct, and then at the end we have a chance to ask questions, and so there'll be plenty of time for us to get in the questions that we have. So is that good? All right. Are you all ready? All right. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, good evening. I'm glad everybody's here this evening, and we're just going to talk a little bit. Ms. Teka has more to talk about than I do, but probably let her go ahead and start the thing. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, well, welcome everybody to Max Life. Thank you for coming. As Pastor was saying, it is just very basic teaching, but I feel like it's needed on all the things that we teach, and we can all get little nuggets. So I am like one of those clean freak people. So with myself, with my home, everything. So when I had the opportunity to do this, I kind of jumped on it, kind of got me like excited. So just like you don't want your spiritual life to stink, you don't want your personal life to stink, right? And no one around you wants you to stink. So I have a few scriptures that I wanted to read. Ezekiel 36:25, it says, "Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols, and I will cleanse you." So the Bible literally has everything of our lives in it. Everything, even right down to cleaning yourself. So I just think that that's just amazing how the Bible literally has everything that we could ever need in there. And then over in Numbers 8:7, it says, "And this thou shalt do unto them, sprinkle water of purifying upon them, and let them shave all of their flesh, let them wash their clothes, and so make themselves clean." I mean, that tells you, wash your clothes, shave, clean yourself, right? That tells you everything, basic things, but I feel like these are things that are not being taught at home, they're not being taught in school. And one of the things that I think used to be taught many years ago was trade stuff. You know, you used to be taught home ec, and you used to be taught finances, and they're not being taught those things now. And I feel like a lot of parents or grandparents, they're just trying to make it by, right? I mean, everyone's working jobs and everyone's just trying to survive, and so I feel like they get tired and they feel like, you know, these are things you should be taught in school, and so they're not always taught at home. So those are very basic things. And does anyone need a pen and paper before we get started? Everyone good? Okay. So what is personal hygiene? Personal hygiene is how you care for your body. This practice includes bathing, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, and more. Everyday things that people should be doing every day, right? So every day you come in contact with millions of outside germs and viruses, and they can linger on your body. In some cases, they make you sick, right? COVID, for instance, right, can make you sick. And what did they say? Stay 6 feet apart, cover your mouth. They were literally giving us the information that we should already know. Wash your hands, cover your mouth. I mean, literally it was being embedded into us every day. And I'm like, shouldn't we already be doing this? Minus the 6 feet apart, you know, little extreme. But those are things that we should already be doing. And they had to like reiterate that to America. I feel like that's very sad. So personal hygiene practices can help you and the people around you and prevent you from illnesses. They can also help you feel good about your appearance, right? So when you're clean, you feel good about yourself, right? I mean, I personally have been in bed sick with the flu, have done nothing but laid in bed all day, and I will shower because that just makes me feel better. You know, you're sweating, just, you know, the sickness in general, you haven't done a thing, but there's something about a nice hot shower, washes the day off, and just simply makes you feel better. It can break any temperature that you might have. It's just good for you. It makes you feel good. So we're going to learn a little bit more about hygiene. There's different types of personal hygiene. Each person's idea of personal hygiene differs. So I have a few main categories here that we're going to talk about that can be useful. Some of them are not graphic, but we're going to get into right down to the dirty stuff. So toilet hygiene, okay? Wash your hands after you use the restroom. Wash your hands. Scrub them with soap and water for at least 20 to 30 seconds. Be sure to clean between your fingers, under your fingernails, on the backs of your hands, and rinse it with warm water and a dry cloth. Very basic, right? Everyone should know that. If you don't have running water or soap, alcohol, pure alcohol, hand sanitizer, wipes, anything like that, you can use. All of that is accessible and very cheap. Soap and water is very cheap. Hand sanitizer is very cheap. But if you do use alcohol, it does recommend 60% is what they recommend for at least 60% of like the pure alcohol. Shower hygiene. Personal preference may dictate how often you wish to shower. Me, every day without question. It is an everyday shower without question. I don't care what I'm doing, where I'm at, I will find a way to shower. If I'm at the lake, then it'll be a lake shower. It will be a shower. It will happen. So I'm an everyday shower. But most people will benefit from a rinse or at least every other day. Again, I'm going to really plug that everyday shower. So showering with soap helps rinse away dead, dry skin, bacteria, and oils. And again, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. Also, washing your hair. They actually don't recommend washing your hair every day, and it really kind of depends on the type of hair that you have. I can't wash my hair every day. It's just a process in general, but my hair would just be a mess. But at least twice a week. Men, I think it's a little bit different. Pastor John, he's an everyday hair washer, but I think for women sometimes that differs, and dirty hair looks better. It just does. People will be like, your hair looks so good today. Thank you, it's dirty. Yeah, it just looks better. So, that kind of, I'll give you a little, yeah. So you should wash your hair at least twice a week. Shampoo the scalp. It removes the dry skin and the hairspray or mousse buildup, whatever the products that you use in your hair. It removes that, the oil, the residue. It'll remove all that. Nail hygiene. Trim your nails. I get my nails done, so that's done for me. So men who maybe don't get their nails done, trim up your nails, because again, you're going to have germs and fungus and stuff under there. Well, hopefully not fungus, but if you don't trim them, maybe. So trim your nails regularly to keep them short and clean. Brush under them. They have those brushes that you can buy, and you can just brush right under them to get like the little dirt if you're working in the yard or whatever you might be doing, gets that out of there. You can brush them with that or a washcloth and rinse them and get the buildup and everything and all the dirt and germs. Tidying your nails helps prevent the spread of germs to your mouth. It's amazing how many times throughout the day you touch your face or your mouth or your nose because you're sneezing or you're blowing, or sometimes you're just like thinking and you're like this, like you touch your face so much and your hands touch everything, right? Everything. And so then you're putting that up here, your nose, your mouth, your eyes, all of those areas, right? So tidying up your nails will help prevent the spread of germs to your mouth and other body parts. And also, you should avoid biting your nails. I don't bite my nails because I have fake ones, but I'm really bad about biting like the skin around. So I'm not good about that, but I'm going to try and get better. Teeth hygiene. Good dental hygiene. It's about more than just those pearly whites, right? Caring for your teeth and gums is a smart way to prevent gum disease and cavities. So, of course, they recommend to brush at least twice a day, first thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed at night. A lot of people will even brush in between meals. If you're able to do that, great. I'm a 2-day brusher myself. Because you need to brush your teeth for good breath in the morning, right? But at the end of the night, you want to brush away all the stuff that you ate. And because, why? Well, because that's how you get cavities. That's a great way to get cavities and gum disease. Brushing your teeth. You brush your gums, you brush your teeth, you brush your tongue. Your germs are in your tongue, and that's also where your bad breath is being carried. And it's amazing how many people, and not just kids, but adults, don't know that. They don't even think about brushing their tongue. Well, that's where the bad breath is. That's where it's lying. So brush your tongue. So brushing at least twice a day for at least 2 minutes. I've never timed myself, but I'm confident that I have scrubbed all the enamel off my teeth for about 5 minutes a day. I'm confident in it. I'm just a scrubbing, but I've also never had a cavity. Oh, yes, I've never had a cavity. So brush them and brush them good, right? If you can, brush in between meals, floss. Floss is also going to prevent gum disease. So that's a great way, and gets all the little stuff out of there that your toothbrush simply just doesn't get, and you're kind of amazed. You're like, well, didn't my toothbrush get that? You would think, but it just doesn't. There's stuff in there. So definitely floss, and I need to get better at that myself. But I always make sure that I floss the day before I go to the dentist so I can tell them, yeah, I've been flossing. I'm not a good flosser. I'm not. I'm terrible at it. I just simply forget. And then, of course, using mouthwash, antibacterial mouthwash. Toothpaste just doesn't always get all of that bad breath, but the mouthwash will. So always mouthwash, always. Even if you just, mouthwash in the morning, maybe you lay down to take a nap, mouthwash, because again, now you've got bad breath again, so you need to mouthwash. Eat some garlic, mouthwash. Onions, mouthwash. It's kind of a lifesaver, and you can literally buy the little ones. You can put them in your purse. You literally can. So if you can't brush in between meals, you can mouthwash if you want to. There's 2 steps that you can help prevent tooth decay. Eliminate pockets where the bacteria and germs build up. Do you have anything to add yet? Okay. As long as you got it covered. Okay.
I'm just here to look pretty.
Don't encourage him. Okay, sickness hygiene. If you're not feeling well, you should take steps to keep your germs from spreading to those around you. So this includes covering your mouth and your nose when you sneeze, and wiping down any shared surfaces with an antibacterial wipe. You can buy those Clorox wipes, buy some Oust, spray, wipe. Many times during the whole time that you're sick. Wipe down your remote control, for your TV. Wipe down your cell phones. Wipe down your credit cards, because you pass that to people. Sometimes you put it yourself, but you pass it to people and they run it for you. Where have their hands been? So wipe down all those things. Wipe down your doorknobs. Wipe down the light switches. The door fridge, the microwave fridge doors, in your car, all those things, especially if you're sick, wipe down those surface areas where everyone else is going to be, especially if you live with a lot of people. And then not sharing any utensils, like a fork or straw or anything like that. Make sure that you don't do that. If you're married, prevent from kissing, because I guarantee you're sleeping next to this person. They might get it just from being that close to you. And then if you kiss, it's just, they're gonna get it. They just simply are. So just try and keep that distance, because no one wants everyone to get sick, and it's going to get passed. It just simply is, especially if you have a fever. There's been times when if we have a fever, one of us might just simply go in the other room even, because there's just really no way to prevent that if you live with other people and you're that sick. So just try and be mindful and respectful of those people that you live with and your spouse, because you might miss them and you might want to love on them and everything, but it's just going to take that much longer for your household to get over the sickness. So just try and back away and wipe everything down. Hand hygiene. Germs on your hands can easily enter your body, like I said, through your mouth, your nose, your eyes, your ears. So wash your hands. When you handle food, before you eat, when you take out the trash, if you sneeze, if you touch any animal, wash your hands, especially if they're outdoor animals. Make sure, because they're, they have all the things. So love on them and then wash your hands. So that's very important. Likewise, wash your hands after changing a baby's diaper. This should be known, but we're gonna make it known again. Helping someone clean themselves, if you're maybe taking care of an elderly person or cleaning out a cut or a wound, wash your hands. After you get gas, I always have hand sanitizer in my car. Scrub, until you can get to soap and water. I mean, that's the nastiest. I don't know. The pump really gets me. Ugh, I can't stand that. So yes, if you're unable to wash with soap and water, keep hand sanitizer. I have it in my desk drawer. I have it in my purse. I have it in my car. I have it everywhere. So I'm big on that. It's not the best to use hand sanitizer, but it'll get you by until you can get to soap and water. I don't recommend using that in a place of soap and water. If you're able to do that, that's definitely healthier for you than to use the hand sanitizer, but it'll definitely get you by until you're able to wash it all off. Personal hygiene for kids, similar to adult, but there is a little bit different for kids, and we don't have real little kids here, but you might have some grandkids or something. So good personal hygiene will help your kids stay healthy as well, especially when they are off at school. Kids always come back sick, and they are going to pass it on to you and to ever else. So I don't know what it is, but those little people carry germs, and they like to spread them. So good personal hygiene will help your kids stay healthy and ward off illness and build better self-awareness as well. They need to know that they too need to bathe every day. They are stinky little people, and they run outside and they sweat and they play. They need a bath. Bathe your children, bathe your grandchildren. Because when they're super little like that, they're not wearing deodorant. They don't have those things to maybe block smells as much as we do. So it's never too early to start teaching kids about personal hygiene. Okay, so we're going to go over a list of hygiene activities that you can introduce to them as a good way to start. So when they're brushing their teeth, my cousin has a little boy who's 9 now. Kid doesn't know how to brush his teeth. Tell him, I've watched him a few times, okay, you need to brush your teeth. I mean, he puts, this much toothpaste on there, and he's like, done. I'm like, I don't even think you got one tooth. You didn't even get one tooth, They don't care. They're just in a hurry to run out and play or whatever. So it really needs to be drilled into them. No, just take 2 minutes and really get them good, So you can begin by brushing your baby's teeth. And the gums, the moment that they first get little teeth and they pop up. And they can learn to brush their own. I think probably as small as probably 3 years old, I would assume. However, you may have to stay on top of them and guarantee that they're doing that and watching them and reiterating over and over and over to them the proper way to do it. So they recommend that you can do a little 2-minute song or something to kind of keep them entertained. So play a little song or something for them. Bathing. When giving your baby a bath regularly, I guess about the age of 5, it says that they should be able to handle this task on their own. They can't. I don't know who says that a 5-year-old can do it. They can't. I promise you they can't. I'm not sure a 10-year-old can sometimes. I'm telling you, we have 4 nieces and nephews, and I'm like, what are you doing? They don't know what they're doing sometimes. Terrifying. So we don't have any little ones, but I always have said, you are not raising children, you are raising little adults to send them out into society because we all have to live with them. So please teach them how to brush their teeth and bathe. Okay. So giving, it says 5, they should be able to handle the task. They can't. So keep reiterating and showing them a 5-year-old doesn't need privacy. That 5-year-old needs to learn how to bathe properly. So they're growing, and you're going to supervise them in their bath time, and you should take the opportunity to teach them about washing all the different body parts. That goes for us too as adults. When I mean a shower, I don't mean a cold shower that you're in and out of, just rinse over your body. No. You get that washcloth, and you get that warm water and that soap, and you start scrubbing all of the areas. All the areas. That is for you. That is for the kids. Armpits, groin, neck, belly, knees, elbows, the back, feet, all the areas. Yes, your backside. Yes, head and shoulder, knees and toes, all of the areas. Yes, and that is for all of us. They're learning from you. They're learning from you. You're the adult, you're the parent, you're the guardian. They're learning from you. So if they fail at this, they're learning from you. You can also use this time to teach them how to wash their hair without getting suds in their eyes. I'm sure we've all had a screaming child with the suds in their eyes, right? That's like their biggest fear. So, hand washing. Wipe your baby's hands with a warm washcloth. You always want to do warm or hot, right? I like a really hot shower, but cold water is not going to get the germs off. It's the hot water that's going to do it. So, warm to hot is what you want. That's with hand washing too. So, always remember warm water. So a warm washcloth before mealtime, after eating, after changing a diaper, during their potty training. Make washing hands an integral step and process of what you do with them. You can teach your child to sing the ABC song. We all know, and that's about 20 seconds. So when brushing your teeth or washing your hands, you can do that, a couple times over even, because it's about 20 seconds. That's what we kind of were always taught when we were growing up. ABCs, it's a good way to go through that, and they're learning their ABCs. It's perfect. So make it a priority to ask your child to wash their hands anytime that you want to encourage good hygiene. Before meals, after playing outside, after petting an animal, or even being, of course, near someone who has been sick. And the same thing with nail hygiene. And just we kind of already talked about that. But, just showing them the nail hygiene too. And I don't know where they get these ages, but I would never give a nail clipper to a 7-year-old. I don't know, but that's what it says. You do you, whatever you think. If you have a super smart 7-year-old, go for it. Excuse me, one second. Okay, so side effects to poor personal hygiene. Good personal hygiene habits are directly related to less illnesses and better health. Poor personal hygiene habits, however, can lead to some minor side effects like body odor and greasy skin, right? They can also lead to more troublesome or even serious issues. So, for example, if you don't wash your hands frequently, you can easily transfer germs and bacteria to your mouth and eyes, as we previously said, and this can lead to a number of issues. Pink eye and stomach viruses. So by not brushing your teeth, that can lead to teeth issues, plaque buildup. Poor dental care is also a risk factor of several serious health issues, including heart disease. Isn't that crazy? Bad dental hygiene can lead to heart disease. Yeah. Everything affects everything. It all works together. And God wants us to take care of ourselves. We have one body. We have one chance at this, right? We need to do our best. There's some things that might happen to you that you just simply can't control and can't help. But what you can't help, or what you can help, is how you take care of your body physically. Nurturing it, giving it plenty of water, giving it fresh vegetables and fruits, nourishing it the best that you can, because things are going to come at us naturally. You're going to naturally get sick sometimes. But the better you take care of yourself, the better you're going to be able to fight off those things, right? Giving yourself vitamins, daily vitamins. We take elderberry. Has anyone ever heard of elderberry? There's a few. Yeah. I love elderberry. I started taking it right around when COVID hit, just to help build our immune system, along with also emergency. But we take a gummy elderberry every day. And I think one time in the last 3 years, I've been sick, and it was minor. So we take those every day, and we just don't really have issues with, getting like viruses and stuff that are going around, stomach viruses and the flu and just COVID and just all the things. It's not to prevent all, but it helps build your immune system. So try and take supplements and things, and it will help you. So poor hygiene habits can also affect your self-esteem, as we previously discussed. So when you look good, you feel good, right? I mean, you just feel better after shower, and you've brushed your teeth, maybe put some makeup on or brushed your hair, put a little bit of nicer clothes on, put some perfume on, put some cologne on. You just feel better. Anyone who does that is going to feel better, and you'll never convince me otherwise. You just will. You may not feel like doing it, but you will feel better. And not that it necessarily matters, but people look at you differently, and they treat you differently too. If you're walking around Walmart in your Tweety Bird pajamas, or if you're walking around in a nice shirt and jeans at Walmart, people are going to look at you differently. They just are. They're going to treat you different. They're going to have more respect for you. Why? Because you have respect for yourself, right? So I just think it's very important that you take care of yourself and have some self-esteem. So looking and feeling presentable can give you confidence boost and a sense of pride in your appearance. Other conditions may be prevented or risk minimized by practicing good personal hygiene. And there's a few examples. Will you give those, please?
Yeah, you can get head lice, body lice, diarrhea, athlete's foot. You can get pinworms. You can get ringworms, swimmer's ear. There's hot tub rash and scabies. Scabies. So you can create a personal hygiene routine if you want to improve your personal hygiene or help a child or even a teenager better these habits. These strategies may be helpful. Set reminders. If you can't remember to do things like shower or wash your hair or clip your nails or brush your teeth or something like that, set a reminder on your phone. We always have our phone with us 24/7, right? So set a reminder on your phone. These cues will push you to the activity, and over time you'll begin to do it yourself, or the teenagers or the child will be able to do it themselves. Use signs. You can hang reminders up in the bathroom to wash your hands or their hands after using the toilet, and put a little sign by the plates or bowls in the kitchen to cue yourself to wash your hands before you eat. These signs can help jog your memory and improve your habit as well. They can both help you and your children or teenagers at home. And the last one is most common of them all: practice makes perfect. It takes time to learn a new habit, So start with a new habit at the beginning of the week and make it your priority. Don't try to overpraise yourself with all the stuff at the same time. Just start off one by one. So practice it for a week or two. I say 3 weeks because normally after 21 days it becomes a habit. So when you feel comfortable with it, add a new one. Over time, you'll establish these habits and that you wish to have, and it will continue throughout your lifetime. We got plenty more to talk about, but that's probably a good stopping point for this evening. We'll probably have to continue this course later. It's already been 45 minutes.
Oh. Okay. So another thing is dishes and cleaning your house. It's not just cleaning yourself, it's cleaning your house too. You can't just clean yourself, because I feel like if you're pulled together, your house is pulled together, right? Because if you care about yourself, you're going to care about your house, you're going to care about your car, you're going to care about all of those things. So doing the dishes after each meal, clean as you go, then you'll never have a pileup of dishes. You may not feel like doing it, but I guarantee it that you're going to feel like doing a few dishes as opposed to 2 sinks full of dishes. You're really not going to feel like it. So clean as you go.
Right. So the one thing I try to teach the youth and even young adults as they come into work, after you get ready for the day, you brush your teeth, you get ready. What's the first thing you guys need to do? I tell them this all the time. If you make your bed, you can change the world. Why? Because if you make your bed, you completed the first task for the day. And then as you go on throughout the day, all the other little tasks become, just simple tasks, but they become priorities. But you can handle the little task, and if you don't handle the little task, what makes you think you can handle the big tasks when they come your way? So again, make your bed in the morning. And, it just sets your mood for the rest of the day. And then let's say you had a hard day, and nothing seemed right. And you come home, guess what? You come home to a nice, clean bed that you made, right?
Yeah. So tackle simple tasks quickly and frequently. And like we said, if you do these things, they're going to become a habit, and then you're going to really like how that feels and what it looks like. Pastor always makes fun of me because every time he calls me, he's like, "What are you doing?" "Cleaning the bathroom." And he thinks it's the funniest thing, because it just so happens that almost every time he calls me, I'm cleaning the bathroom or I'm cleaning something. That's just me. I'm not one to sit still. Something always needs to be cleaned. So clean high traffic spots weekly. So your kitchen and bathroom. Those are going to be, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my throat tonight. Those are going to be high traffic areas that you spend most of your time in, and they're going to get the dirtiest, the bathroom and the kitchen. So clean those. Those have to be done at least once a week. They have to. So those are areas that you just have to get done. And then tackle small chores before it becomes a big chore, right? So there's also things that you may not get to every week and probably don't even need to, but they also kind of get forgotten about. Your floorboards, those get dusty, and then they build up. So you have to take a wet rag and you have to get down on your hands and knees or bend over or whatever, and you have to wipe those down, right? Your blinds, these are things that just fill up with dust over time. You may not see them weekly, but they're going to build up over time. So your blinds, your closet is just going to become a cluttered mess just because you're in and out of it every day. So try and keep up with that. Your lamps, lamp shades, you got to dust those off. If you have artificial trees, you got to dust those off.
Ceiling fans.
Window. Yes. The window seals, vacuum those out. So these are things that you don't necessarily do every week, And they kind of get forgotten about. I think we're all guilty of that. But if you like go home and take a look at it, you might be like, oh, yeah, doesn't mean that you're not clean. It just means it's just time to get that area. It's just not really a high traffic area, but your kitchen and bathroom is definitely and has to be done. So like Pastor John was saying, take 5 minutes and make that bed, tidy it up. You're going to want to get into a nice, crisp, clean bed. And while we're on the subject of beds, wash your linen. Wash your linen. That has to be done at least once a week. Once a month? No, once a week. That's a once a week. Write that down, Bo. Once a week. Okay.
All right. Speaking.
Good job, Gabe. Let me help you out here.
Speaking of mattresses and beds, is how many have ever deep cleaned your mattress?
Yes.
So you need to deep clean your mattress every 6 months, and it gets rid of all the dead skin cells and sweats and oils from your body. Of course, you're going to remove and wash your sheets as usual, but to clean your mattress, if you have a garment steamer, go over the top side. And if you have box springs, go thoroughly on the top side of that to kill any dust mites that may be hiding near the surface. And then once you do that, go ahead and use your vacuum's upholstery tool and go over your mattress again. This will remove all the dust mites that the steaming has killed, and remove any stains with the carpet and upholstery cleaner without over wetting your mattress.
And if you don't have, those things, clean, not just your linen, but wash your bed covers and all that too. Those don't have to necessarily be every week, but definitely your sheets, because those are directly on, your body. So honestly, I sometimes have to stop myself from not washing our sheets twice a week. I just like a nice clean bed. So definitely once a week, and then your bedding. But if you don't have any other way to clean your mattress, take just your vacuum, the hose, vacuum it. You're going to get up all of those little dust mites. Spray it with Febreze. You can spray it with Febreze. That'll make it nice and fresh. Once you have all fresh linen and everything, you'll be good to go. You can wash your pillow. Some of them have those zippers that come off. You can wash those. So anything like that. And also, that's going to prevent you from getting bed bugs, because you can bring bed bugs in when you go to the theater. So you can bring those tiny little things in with you, and they're going to get in your mattress. So that's why it's very important to clean your bed and stuff too. So you may not be a dirty person, but we bring things home with us, then that's what can make our clothes dirty or our bodies dirty or our home dirty. So although we do our best, we still have to really be on top of these things, because we bring things home with us because other people out there are not clean,
So how many know distilled white vinegar, half of it in a bottle and half water, is probably pretty much everything you need to clean your house? I mean, it's everything there is. I mean, you can even spray your mattress with it before you Febreze it. That way it helps kill a lot of that stuff too, and it helps kill all the stuff on your countertops. But these are just a couple little hacks I've tried and fixed. These are probably for the men whose wives complain all the time about stuff like your stinky garbage disposal. Yeah. It's what do you do for a garbage disposal? Well, you can get orange or lemon peels. And you can put it in there. And then I like to do the orange or lemon peels or both, and put some ice cubes down it and run it for about 5 seconds. And then just wait a few minutes, because the acid from the peels will soften all that waste that's in your garbage disposal, and it'll start attacking the smelly bacteria. So after about 5 minutes of that, you can drop some more ice cubes down the drain and run the disposal again. And then this time the ice will also work as a sandblaster and clean the garbage disposal. And then finally, you can place the stopper in the sink and run the water until the bowl is about half full, and then pull the stopper and turn on your disposal to flush it finally all out, and that will help get rid of all that smell.
Citrus smell.
And then we'll have like a nice citrus smell. How many of you ever? Like we talked about, like doing the dishes, wash the dishes. How many of y'all have dishwashers? How many of them smell? That smell awful. So over time, excess food and grime will build up in the dishwasher's interior, so you need to get in the habit of cleaning that as well. How many of you know there's a filter at the bottom of your dishwasher? There's like a little round filter. You need to probably clean that out every week. Actually, you probably need to get like a soft toothbrush and clean out that filter and work it around. But it leaves a lot of leftover food in there, and you can remove that, of course, with a paper towel. But cleaning the filter will help prevent future odors. But if it smells now, clean out your dishwasher with vinegar. Place a dishwasher safe bowl, fill it up with 1 cup of distilled white vinegar on the top rack, and run it in the heavy hot cycle without any detergent or dishes. And then you can clean your dishwasher again with vinegar and baking soda. If it's still not quite clean enough, you can use vinegar and baking soda for that extra freshness. After running the vinegar cycle, sprinkle a cup of baking soda at the bottom of your empty dishwasher and run a quick short cycle, and it should help also restore your dishwasher. How many of y'all have coffee makers that you use all the time? How many has ever cleaned them out? Right? So, you can clean them out. You fill your coffee maker reserve with a mixture of half vinegar and half water. Let the solution brew in its entirety in the reservoir till it's empty. Allow the coffee maker to sit for 30 minutes and then refill the reservoir with just water and brew a pot of clean water to rinse. So sometimes you're all like taking a shower, your shower pressure's not the same as it used to be when you were taking the shower. It's probably because you got a clogged shower head. So again, white vinegar and equal parts of vinegar and water, and pouring it into a plastic bag. Tie the bag around the shower head and immerse it where all the holes are in the solution. And then you can tie it with a rubber band or a twisty tie and let it soak there for about an hour. And then remove the bag and wipe it down and loosen and wipe all the loosened stuff, hardened deposits away, and just turn it on using hot water, and it'll clear up all the openings. How many's ever had a humidifier and use that all the time? I mean, it's all really, really clean that out like we should. Think about it, we don't. The water that makes your humidifier run smoothly is also a breeding ground for mold and other stuff. So to clean a humidifier, pour 2 cups of white vinegar into the water tank and switch it around until it's wet. Then place the vinegar-filled tank onto the base and allow it to drain into the reservoir for 15 to 20 minutes. Then empty it and use a small brush to scrub the crevices, removing all the other buildup. How many of you all have problems with your microwave and you're trying to clean it all the time and you have that caked on grime inside your microwaves? So if you have caked on grime inside your microwave, it's easier to wipe it off by heating a cup of water, a tablespoon of vinegar, and a lemon cut into thinly sliced slices. Put it on high until the microwave window is steamy. Then just turn it off and let the bowl just sit in there for 5 minutes before you open the door. And then after about 5 minutes, you can open the door. Guess what? You'll be able to wipe your whole microwave with ease and clean it all up and have that lemony fresh smell. and this is the last one. How many's ever broken glass? Or broke glass on and it's hard to find. Cleaning up glass is a real pain, but it's nothing compared to a glass shard in your foot, right? So what I do now is I get a flashlight and I turn off all the overhead lights. You scan the floor with a flashlight from a low angle, and the shards will glisten, making it even the littlest piece stand out. Again, so put your flashlight low on the ground and at an angle, and all the shards will glisten, even the littlest piece will stand out. And the last is, of course, vacuum out your dryer vents at least once a year. Pull out your dryer away from the wall and disconnect the vent. Using the hose of your vacuum cleaner, just reach in the vent as far as you can and just turn on your vacuum and just suck all that stuff out as far as you can. And what? And the vents too in the house, like the AC. Oh, the air filters? Yeah, I change mine out every 2 months. If you guys, that's the easiest thing to do to save your AC system. Even though the air filters say 3 months, I used to work in the AC store, and but everybody said it's every 2 months, no matter what. I don't care if they say it's a year long, 6 months long, 3 months. Change it out every 2 months, and you'll have no issues. Your coils in your attic will be spotless clean, and be the best thing there is. So just maintain just every 2 months on your air filters and for your AC.
A lot of it is just pure maintenance, right? Maintaining your home and your body and your car. If you take care of those things, it'll take care of you. And then it won't feel like this big task because everything is falling apart. If you keep up with it and you take care of it, then it's never going to fully fall apart. So take care of it and it'll take care of you. And I think that's just a great thing to remember. And you might be better at some things than you are at others. So the things that you might be a little bit weak on, just really try and work on those things and maybe just tackle one area, that you're struggling. Just tackle that. When you get that, work on the next one, because sometimes it can feel like a lot. And I was telling Leilani a few weeks ago, I was like, do you ever feel like it's just overwhelming sometimes, all the things you have to do on top of having a full-time job? Well, then, I got to cook and I got to clean and I got to wash my car and I got to take care of myself and I got to work out and I have to, get stuff ready for church. And you have all of these commitments and things in your life, and you're just trying to maintain, so things can get overwhelming for everyone, but just you take care of those things and they'll take care of you, and you will feel better when you go to bed at the end of the day, knowing that you're clean, your bed is clean, your house is clean, so whatever day works for you to maybe tackle those things, just do it and get it done, and it's done for the week, It doesn't take that long if you set the time aside to do it. So that's pretty much what we have. Just wanted to encourage everyone to just really try and take really good care of yourself, wear that deodorant, brush your teeth, lotion, put on perfume, put on cologne, make yourself feel better and look better and be the best you. Be the best you. There's only one of you. You're unique. You're special. Be the best version of you. You have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything? Yes.
My sister and her husband, they travel for business or they'll travel on their lives, family life. And one time they picked up bed bugs at a hotel and did a lot of research on how to get rid of them, how to get them in the first place. And now they have a whole protocol of stuff that they do when they've been traveling. But until it's gone through that process, it's not safe to bring your stuff.
Right.
And they're really hard to get rid of.
Yes, they are.
And when we go to the hotel, first thing we do is we don't unpack or anything. We just get out all of our cleaning stuff and clean
Yes.
clean
Yeah,
everything.
I have like some Clorox wipes that I travel with, and I wipe down all the communal spaces, even though you're supposed to go into a clean room. Do they really clean it? You don't know. I wipe everything down, and something else with the bed bugs, you can like lift the sheets back, look at the actual mattress, and check for, with a flashlight, you have a flashlight on your phone or whatever, and check for actual bed bugs, because you'll be able to see them. And inspect, check all those things out before, because you can take those things home with you. Yes.
Tell them what you do every time you go to a hotel, what we do.
Yeah, pray over it.
Well, yeah, but you take what wipes and you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And pray over it too, because you don't know what spirits were there. You don't know who was there before you, what they were doing, maybe what they brought into that room. So you bring in the Holy Spirit with you and you pray over that room. Yes.
Just to go along with that, you don't want, if you're like going to stay at a hotel, you don't want to put your suitcase on something that's fabric. If there's a table, if there's a chair that is like leather or something like that, something slick that bugs aren't
wipe
gonna
off.
be on. They're not even going to touch those surfaces that are slick that they can't grab. So don't put it on upholstered stuff. Put it on like hard surfaces.
Yeah, very good.
That's good.
Yeah, very good. Yes.
My pet peeve is, even people, when you go to gas stations, you go to stores and you have to use the restroom, they never wash those doorknobs. Even in hotel rooms, I always take, when I come in, I don't worry about it. Going out, I have a wet rag because I feel some little lady's going to come in and grab that little knob. So I'll take a wet one and I'll take a dry one and I'll wash it. And then I never open it just bare hand.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of germs on that.
Yep, absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, you're out in the public, you're dealing with the public. All you know is that you're clean and what you can do to help the spread of germs. Do your part, do your best. So.
And you're all talking about motels. This is how I pick a motel. If I see a semi truck in front of it, I just keep going on. Truck drivers are the nastiest people I've ever met in my life, and I used to work on them, so I know.
Yeah, right here.
Where?
Leilana.
Oh.
I just want to brag on our church for just a minute whenever I'm saying this. We want to make sure that you guys are taken care of, and so our church is cleaned every week. We have exterminators that come in quarterly and spray for bugs and stuff, and so we just want to make sure that you guys are taken care of, and I just think that that's very important, and I commend our church for doing that. So if we have a clean place to worship, I just feel like that is an extension of our ministry, and so I commend our church for that.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, and you can help with that. If you see something in your aisle or another aisle, pick it up.
There you go.
Pick it up. This is your church too, So we all work together. We're in this together. This is a group effort.
I was going to just add to what Leilana said. We also sanitize. The bug guy, when he comes,
yes.
he has a sanitizer, and he sanitizes the church too. So
Yeah, so we get it all checked out, for bed bugs, all that stuff. So
Yes, absolutely.
when we used to travel on the road, of course, you're in a different church, different place every few nights. One of the things that the Holy Spirit spoke to us and showed us that when we would walk into a church, if the church was clean, the pastor's home was clean, and the pastor's heart was clean. If the church was dirty, probably his home was dirty, and probably his heart was dirty. Those are things that the Lord showed us, and so we always felt like, you know, when the Lord took us off the road and we were called to preach, the Lord spoke to us and said, "Now you know how to take care of my house, and now you know how to take care of evangelists." We pride ourselves, but when we have evangelists or we have guest speakers, we do our best to take excellent care of them because they are certainly worthy of their hire. I remember one time when Leilana was just wee little, and we were parked. Our Greyhound was parked by the church, and so it was late at night after service, and I was going to go into the fellowship hall to heat up some milk for her, and I opened the door, and I hadn't turned on the lights yet, but something is crunching under my feet, and when I flip on the lights, it's just a mass of cockroaches that just scatter, and so it is. I think that it's highly important. It's incumbent upon us to have a house that is God's house that is clean. It smells good. The bathrooms are clean. They are fresh. We do our best to do that, and I think that it speaks to the cleanliness of all of our hearts, because that's what happens on the inside. Like I said, it has a reflection on the outside, and so I think that. You know, how many of you found that verse in the Bible where it says that cleanliness is next to godliness? Oh, yeah. You found that?
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's not. It's not there. No. No, it's not there.
The
But
concept
it's true.
is there. That's right.
I was on
That's
I found it.
that's in First Noah or something like that. But
Isn't it
so
Proverbs?
I think that it really speaks to a God's people to look good, smell good, have fresh clothing, have good breath, kind of like all that you've been talking about tonight. And I mean, we rub shoulders with each other. We want to, you know, not offend anyone. And so one of the things that my wife tells me is, and she has for some time, and I'm a slow learner, but I'm getting it. And she said, as soon as we walk in the door, wash your hands.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in the door, you know, get some soap, get some water, because you've been out who knows where doing what, among who. When you come home, first thing, wash your hands and clean yourself up. So these are really easy things, and I really appreciate the simplicity,
Yes.
and yet it is so basic, but it's things that sometimes we just forget, and we kind of brush to the side. And so I think that we can all of us can pick up nuggets and enact them into our life, and they'll be a blessing not only to ourselves, but to those around us.
Yes. Yes. Anyone else? Comments? Questions? Yes.
Coming, Jennifer.
In Exodus, when we studied the building of the tabernacle, God is very clear about how it was to be furnished, how it was to be only the best quality or whatever. And that in itself sets an example for how we're to set up our homes or set up our tabernacles or that kind of thing, and with cleanliness and being careful to keep the Holy Spirit lit in our lives.
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, trash in, trash out, and wash your clothes. I mean, that's, keep up with that. Keep up with your laundry. You have to wash your clothes. Pastor John and I are building, and we were out working all week at our land, and we were just, nasty every day coming home. And I thought to myself, I can't imagine how many people wouldn't shower after this, because that there are some, but I just couldn't imagine, and then take everything off, throw it right into the wash, So it's important, because I just can't tell you how much you will just feel better, when you are clean. So, yeah. Anyone else? Okay, well, we do have a few drawings. Would you mind bringing that up? Did everyone get a ticket? It's one per household. So Debbie, did you get one? Okay, all right. So did everyone get a ticket? Okay. So we have two giveaways. We have a man's bucket and a lady's bucket. They're the same thing, but except for the deodorant and stuff, unless you want to wear a men's. So we do have men's and women's. So I'll just kind of tell you what's in each one of them. We have a loofah, lotion, body wash, toothbrush, toothpaste, a car freshener, a razor, so you can shave, Clorox wipes. We have an Odoban, eliminates odors, it's a disinfectant, mouthwash, deodorant, shampoo. So we have a loofah. We have just a few little things for you to